Recording. Everyone looks and sounds great, so it is time. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. Yeah, 1. Oh, wait. We were going to play that last time before the thing, right? Kyle? Do I have that in my head?
Oh, no,
right?
you normally do like a hey, greetings, welcome, Phoenix Pearl Tea, and then last time.
Okay.
So I mean, we could start with it if you wanted.
No. I'm just thinking. I just couldn't remember what we did last time, but I'm totally fine keeping it real. Okay, we'll do that again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons. We're playing D&D, and we're glad to have you all here. We have Kyle, Kristen, John, myself, Scott Johnson. We're ready to play today. Before we do, though, a reminder that we've got brand new teas and cool existing teas happening over with our friends at phoenixpearltea.com/TWBD. Go find out what your favorite might be and order them while you can. That's phoenixpearltea.com/TWBD. And now, last time on There Will Be Dungeons.
Previously on There Will Be Dungeons.
Oh, did it squishy rock?
All right, you're the expert group, huh?
You have heard of us before.
We were all in the same meeting there.
Oh, shit.
Yes, well, we've heard quite enough about you. Apparently you fought a Grick once, and that made you famous.
Try 4.
Fought several Gricks. Discovered a dungeon.
Cool, I'm gonna bone it.
The mosaic on the floor breaks into pieces as these two large stone slats open up in the middle of the Temple of Palor. Probably just ley lines or something. It's all made up anyway. Oh, good Haronius. It's a gelatinous cube!
Oh, these stingers are so good. Well done. That catches us up to current. Kyle, it is now your table.
We're in our cave system. Grinkeeper and Boonfellow have just revealed a gelatinous cube blocking the way ahead. 10 feet by 10 feet, well, by 10 feet as a cube as it has become greenish blue, losing its translucent properties, and has begun glubbing and bubbling towards the front line. We begin with Norman, the fighter of the First Sons Brotherhood, letting loose an action surge as he says, "Action surge!" And it lets loose 2 arrow attacks into the cube, both of which connect. Though, of course, being arrows, they sort of into the cube and kind of lose their forward trajectory and start floating down. You can even see them sizzling in there as though being eaten by acid. Next up is Ko. Ko is in the back, having just noticed above, with a natural 20, some 5 piercers pretending to be stalactites on the ceiling. And as he unleashed one fire at them and missed, one sort of, with its hook mandibles, its sort of top mouth, scooted itself over a couple of feet.
All right. Well, I'm going to consider the cube far more threatening than those things, but still armed with a bow. Do you allow firing through allies, or do I have to move to flank?
Actually, the guy in front of you, Phelan, he is currently flying some 10 feet in the air, so you have a clear shot. However, there are Boonfellow and Grinkeeper there, so you don't have to for the sake of normal attacks, but should you roll a 1, a direct line of fire would be preferable.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to roll a 1, because I'm not going to move, and I'm going to roll with advantage. So I'm going to... What's the name of the ability? The aimed strike or whatever, and we're gonna fire an arrow at this thing. Oh, I rolled a 1. For the first one, I rolled a 1. Thank goodness for advantage right after I said it. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's a 21 to hit off the second one.
That is a absolute hit into this giant cube that possesses no armor, just a outer skin of jello.
That is 5 initial damage and 3 sneak attack damage from the bow.
Perfect, for 8 total. Now, that was if you didn't move on your turn, right? So you're not allowed to move afterwards?
Yep, not allowed to move.
Cool. Any bonus action for you?
No. That'll be it.
All right. Next in line, you hear a hiss from behind and a series of clicks. Seems you passed at some point a Grick who has unfolded himself from the wall and is now slithering into the back of the room, blocking your exit. Norman would be the closest to him, followed by Splendor Belt. The movement has taken his turn as he enters the area. Phelan is up. Phelan, the flying high elf with ethereal armor encircling his body, whips out his dungeon guide and begins flipping through furiously, using his action for investigation. He rolls a 26 and reads aloud, Gelatinous Cube, kite it. Moves and consumes. Make sure you don't stay inside until its next attack. That takes his turn. Grinkeeper, you're up.
Kite it? Oh man! And but would she have heard the Grick? Does she have a high enough passive perception to have heard the clicking?
Your passive perception is 10. So being in front of this thing, I'd say roleplay wise, you are likely distracted and unaware of the back Grick that has appeared.
Okay, so Grinkeeper is going to roll her eyes, upset that she shouldn't stand and fight this thing, and then she'll take off to her right. And as she's running away, she'll turn around and kind of jog backward and chuck a javelin at it.
Cool. Just a normal javelin?
Yes.
All right, let it rip.
An 11.
An 11 is a hit.
10 damage.
Gross. A fine hit, much like the arrow before, sticks into the cube, and then its weight sort of carries it sideways as it floats down into it and begins sizzling.
Cool. And then for her bonus action, she will cast Compelled Duel on it.
Interesting. Yeah, I do have a wisdom, so I can be compelled. That takes us on to the piercers. Up above, the stalagmites jostle about, and several let loose. One on Phelan, one on Norman, and one towards Splendor Belt. Letting go of the ceiling, they fall. We have a 1 for our Phelan attack. This one just right by him, a complete miss, splashes down in the water, and its little lamprey mouth and its single eye in the small pile of water below. Might even be drowning. It's be an 18 on Norman, who is hit as this medium-sized, 200-some-odd-pound giant larva slams down on top of him. He takes 11 points of damage.
Ow.
And Splendor Belt, the final one, attacked with a 9.
Does not hit.
We now have several piercers, one in the water, one right on top of Norman, and then one next to Splendor Belt. Boonfellow's up next. Grinkeeper, can you move your token to where you ended up there? Excellent. Boonfellow releases his Divine Favor and makes an attack. He hits with his Warhammer, causing the entire Gelatinous Cube to around from the point of impact. Deals damage. 12 points of damage, and then runs to the side with his movement and aids Norm, who is currently struggling under the weight of this massive larva. Splendor Belt, you are up.
Question. The creature that fell from the ceiling and is now next to me. Can you describe what they look like?
Yes, they are 200-pound larva-like creatures with a stony exterior. They have a single lamprey-like mouth and one eye. And at what would be the top of their head is a series of hookish teeth that they use to grab onto the ceiling. And I'll drop you a picture here in the Discord. You guys actually fought these before. They were in your very first cave at the beginning of your adventures with the guild. And this was the thing that missed and then proceeded to crawl up the wall very, very slowly.
Okay. Well, in that case, I don't remember what worked well on that thing before. So I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the one closest to me.
Cool.
And you need to do a Dexterity 12 saving throw.
I will do that. I'm great at dexterity. I got 3.
Perfect. That means I hit with... let's see. That is a total of 6... Or, whoops, what happened to it? 6 damage?
Perfect.
Yeah, 6.
And it goes... and tries to kind of caterpillar and slide its way across the floor away from you.
There we go. Couldn't find my sound. All right. I have... oh, it's moved from me? Has it scattered away?
Well, not quite, because it's not its turn, but it is definitely going to be attempting to limp away
Gotcha.
when we get there.
All right. No movement. That'll be my turn.
Cool. It's the cube's turn. It sort of bends back and forth, kind of sensing, almost as though its gelatinous form is putting out feelers into the area. And we're just going to roll a 1, 2, 3 across Boonfellow, Fainal, and Grinkeeper to see who it moves towards.
Does it have to roll its wisdom save?
That is true. Thank you for the reminder. I got a 14.
Oh, it looks like it's saved then.
All right, but it's coming after you anyway.
Perfect.
It moves extremely slowly, only 15 feet on its movement. But for its action, it performs Engulf and gets to move another 15 feet and attempt to occupy your space and consume you into its gelatinous being. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, the dice are with me today. 17.
All right. You may go left, you may go right. You're now pushed outside that square as you have dodged, and the cube did not deliver its attack.
Grinkeeper's gonna go left.
We go back to the order. Norman, struggling under the weight of the mighty larva beast, easily pushes it aside, sidesteps, and unleashes an arrow at the cube and misses. Ko, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna once again take a aimed attack and fire another arrow at it. That's a 13 on the best roll.
That's a hit.
Okay. That is a 7 initial and a 10 for sneak attack for a 17 piercing damage strike.
Damn, nice hit.
Well done.
The cube is full of arrows and one javelin.
And that'll do it for Ko's turn.
The Grick in the back slithers around the stalagmite on the floor, hissing as it does, and then sort of coiled around like a snake, reaches out its mouth and grabs the piercer, who goes and starts getting dragged off by the Grick.
Oh, jeez.
Awesome.
Good Grick.
Yeah.
The piercer
That's good Grick.
The piercer, however, with a natural 20, manages to latch its top mandibles onto the stalagmite. And there is currently a sort of, I don't want to take a bath duel in the back as the Grick tries to drag the piercer along. Phelan is up. Phelan, close to the cube, and also another piercer, advances inside this range and casts Thunder Wave. A classic.
Oh, man. I'm having feelings now. I feel seen.
Yeah. It's a powerful move.
Yeah. Let's see
Friend
how...
or foe alike has felt the sting of Thunderwave.
The Piercer, currently drowning in the water, succeeds in his save and is unaffected. However, the cube does get hit and takes some reverberating thunder damage that also, much like water by a speaker, causes it to go across its whole being. It takes 8 points of thunder damage. Grinkeeper, you are up.
Is it even dying? And she'll whip out her warhammer and give it a smack and then run back to where they first found the cube.
All right.
16.
16 is a hit.
$11 damage.
A hit for 11 damage. A fine hit.
Yeah.
And then where are you off to?
Up to that entrance where we found the cube, so I'll move in here.
Cool. Leaving the area does cause the cube to unleash a pseudopod attack. Basically, a slime tentacle reaches out and tries to slap ya. With a 14.
That's a miss.
All right. You successfully make it across the room. You run by the Piercer, who has no attack to make and continues to slowly drown in the water below. 2, 3. So that's 2 additional Piercers now make their falling plunge attacks. One towards Ko with a 16. Oh, yes, a 16 versus AC.
That'll hit.
And one towards Boonfellow with a 19.
Sounds like a hit.
Ko, you take 9 points of damage as this rock beast slams down on top of you. And as it puts its weight on, you're pushed towards the ground, not buckling, not falling prone, but you sort of have this large beast half on top of you as it kind of and tries to bite you. Boonfellow is also hit and takes damage of the same amount. Boonfellow now with his Piercer in tow on top of him shrugs it off easily. Looking around the room, seeing the Grick preoccupied with its attempted snack. He also tries to join Grinkeeper in position. And casts an enhanced light crossbow towards the cube with a miss of a 5. Slenderbelly, you're up.
Okay. Fearing a retaliatory reaction attack, if I move anywhere, I will see if I can't off this grub that's in front of me. He's in the water. How deep is it where he is?
It's only about a foot deep. He's currently fine face up. The one that is in the middle of the water, also about a 1.5 feet deep, is the one face down with the bubbles.
And it doesn't appear to be able to get up very well, right? Would I be able to perceive that? Because what I want to do is manhandle, grapple, if you will, this grub into the position that he will drown and not be able to right himself.
Sure.
Okay. Let's grapple that bastard. And
Go, hit me with the strength.
All right. Not my best stat, but this will be fun. It's okay, though. All right, here we go. That'd be a 9.
All right. You pretty easily, in the mud and the water here, grab his top mandibles, flip him over to be face down, and you have the option to just sit on top of him if you'd like.
Well, I'm definitely not going to move anywhere yet, so yeah, I would sit on him to try to hurry up the process of drowning the poor guy. All right, cool. I think that'll be my turn, me sitting on that worm.
The cube is on. The cube has Phelan as the closest one. though he is currently flying in the air some regard. So we're going to do roll off. Wait. I'm still under the compelled duel, right? You haven't moved outside of range?
Correct. And it looks like even on a fail, you're compelled to fight.
I got a 16 on my wisdom.
Oh, not a fail. 12 is it, so it succeeded again.
Cool. So it's free to act. And it'll advance towards Ko or Phelan on a 1 or a 2. That would be Phelan. It runs underneath him and runs or slides, gloops that way. And then as it positions underneath his flying elven ethereal armored form, it tries to snatch upwards, raise itself, squeezing its bottom, and engulf him. And it does so. It grabs onto his foot and gets sucked down into it. He begins taking acid damage immediately. And you can see
I like
him.
the sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey-o, day-o. It sounds like he's singing.
You see his book float from his hand and begin to dissolve, and his magical armor sizzling as it starts to break down. Norman is up. He steps to the side, attempting to open up his shot, and fires another arrow at the cube, which misses. Ko.
The
cube is in melee
see,
range.
I can't see the one that dropped on me, right? I'm not seeing it on the map. Because there
Pardon me,
should
I
be
will-
another one, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it'll be right there
Okay.
next to you.
All right. I am going to... Okay, I just wanted to see what disengage does. It removes opportunity attacks for the rest of my turn. So I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage. And I am going to move past the cube over towards Grinkeeper, but I'm going to take a slash at the cube with my Psychic Blade as I go by. So let's see how that does. That's a 10 to hit.
That's a hit.
That is 8 psychic damage with an additional 6 for the sneak attack. For a total of 14.
The cube is covered in holes and slashes now, and you can see its inner acidity leaking out through its holes. It's sort of starting to deflate a bit.
Okay. That will move me there. That will be my turn.
The Grick continues its strength battle with the Piercer and wins. The Grick moves its speed and drags the Grick off around the corner, or drags the Piercer off around the corner. And as it goes, you can hear it go.
Oh no!
Phelan, inside the cube, is restrained, cannot breathe. And it's not up to him to change that. Grinkeeper, you're up.
Okay. Grinkeeper's gonna start jumping and she's gonna pull out her Javelin of Lightning. And seeing that the cube is in the water and the cube is kind of made of water, maybe, and they could probably res Phelan, she's gonna chuck it and yell its command word, Sparky! And let's see how this happens.
Cool, you're attacking the water itself.
No, the cube. She's gonna
Okay.
go for the cube. But
Gotcha,
the cube's
gotcha.
in the water, and if it's lightning, maybe.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Okay, so each creature in the line, excluding me and the target, has to make a DC 13 Dex saving throw.
Excellent, so you're firing through one poor drowning Piercer to the cube beyond it. Let's make some dex saves.
Just having a bad day.
I got a 4 and a 1. So how
Cool.
much damage do I receive?
So the target in the middle, the piercer that fell, that's 46 lightning damage. Let me roll that. 17 lightning damage.
All right. Oh, pardon, we didn't hear that.
I was talking to the boy.
Oh,
So
sorry.
let's see. So this one, it's 13 piercing from the javelin and then 11 lightning.
Damn.
So 24 total.
All right. The Javelin of Lightning flies through the air, turning into a bolt as it flies, piercing through the piercer, who is currently drowning, who... You see little smoke symbols, symbols as signs, waves coming off him, and the electricity travels through the water around and hits the one that Splendor is currently sitting upon. And Splendor underneath your butt, you feel... And you see more... Well, you smell the cooking of the larva beneath you.
Okay.
It continues to fly through the air, landing directly in the cube, whose form bursts and breaks. Like the hard edges of your Jell-O in the refrigerator. The inner uncooked areas slide out of all these holes as the entire form just bursts. And acidic ooze slides across the ground and dispenses a Fenil along with it as he sort of rides the wave of the inner goo into the corner of the room. This would be the Piercer's turns. And while one is missing, two are dead, two are still alive, and they attempt to crawl their 15 feet movement up the wall as fast as they can.
Oh, they're retreating, are they? These bastards.
This one was in range for an opportunity attack if you so desire, Splendibelt, while you sit atop the one dead one.
Yeah, I would take a swipe with a mace and see if I can't hit him. Remind me how it works with reactions like that. Do I have to
Just normal,
just roll for hit?
basic attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. All right. Where's my die? Here we go. Roll a d20. That is a 8.
You miss. Well, you hit, but its stony exterior is too strong for you. You are sitting, so it's a little bit of a lackluster hit. You know, there's not a lot of momentum and body weight behind it.
Yeah.
So you kind of bonk him, but deal no real damage.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I do have to ask though, Scott, because I can see your roll. What did you roll? Because it shouldn't have been a straight 8. You should have a modifier to that for an attack roll.
No, hold on. Oh yeah, you're
Next
right.
to your mace, it should say like plus something.
I don't have a plus anything. I have a cost, I have a quantity, and I have a... Oh, wait. I'm looking in the wrong place. Sorry, my bad. That's a 8 plus 4, so that would have been, what, 12?
Yep, so still a miss.
Still a miss. Okay.
Or still a
John's
bonk,
right. Thank
I
you,
should
John.
say.
I ran a bra 20, forgot to do the plus 4. All right, well, I'll sit there looking sad about my half-assed swing.
As the threat dissipates and as a steaming Phelan kind of brings himself back up, oh, his hair soaked, caked together in these long elven strands down his face. He kind of ungoos his face, tries to shake it off, and begins prestidigitating himself as best he can. Standing up, he flicks his little slippers that he has on. Oh, I'm all out of fly spells.
Jeez.
We exit combat order. Norman and Boonfellow immediately go about stabbing the creatures as they try to climb up the walls. And, hey, Hey, you nasty bugger! Hey, hey! And it tries to climb its way up, but eventually they succeed in killing the beasts. You have no idea where the Grick and the One Piercer headed off to. They retreated back the way you had came.
Grinkeeper's gonna gather her javelins.
Good call.
I'm gonna stand up and brush my butt off from sitting on that now cooked worm grub unit.
Sure. You smell a little bit like you've been hanging out in a McDonald's, you know? Like, it's a bit greasy. It's a bit charry.
Yeah. I'll yell, Cole, you want to make trophy out of this? And I'll point at my dead grub.
I think we have more than enough trophies of that, but if there is anything we can gather from the cube, that would be a good trophy.
There is a pile of goo available.
I think Phelan is
Goo with.
is the thing we saved from Cube. I'll say to Phelan.
Think we could mount him on the wall?
Yes, real funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And then Grinkeeper will go to high five Splendor Belt.
I will accept her high five.
Norman and Boonfellow go over and help Phelan up out of the goo. He continues to complain about it as they make their way over to the far side of the room. Boonfellow takes up guard at the entrance, not sure where the Grick was off to. Whoa, what was that crazy thing?
That was a Grick.
We should find it and kill it.
Yes, they are very dangerous.
Why didn't we see it on our way in here?
They are very good at making themselves seem like stone.
Ko, with your massive passive perception.
Thank you.
And you're welcome.
Massive perception.
From behind you, where the tunnel would continue down, you can see a bend now around the corner, which I'm going to reveal on our map here. And you hear a sort of scraping.
I think before we worry about the Grick, which is likely feeding and not a problem at the moment, maybe we should look down this tunnel here. I hear something up ahead.
I'm good to go.
Yes.
Well, I think that you're all pretty accustomed to the horrors of the beast down here. We've done the mission, as was asked for us. The Brotherhood and I are interested in heading back for a rest, huh?
Well, if you do, warn people there's a Grick somewhere, and it might try to come out the other end.
Oh, right. We'll head swiftly for the surface and see if there's anything we can do to push the guard.
See the Grick, you should probably take care of it. Or call for us.
Say about the full health Grick. That's probably not, a 3/4 knocked down already? Oh my god.
Ko will, while he's talking, he's gonna reach into his bag, pull out one of his potions of healing, pull the stopper down it for 2d4 plus 2, which is going to be 6 HP healed. And then he is going to take the vial and he's gonna gather a little Gelatinous Cube trophy.
Sounds good. You scoop it up, put a cork in it, and you have yourself some Gelatinous Cube gelatin.
Nice.
Ko, again, with your perception, you hear the scraping come to an end. And a sort of... And as you look down the tunnel, you see a large head. I've just sent you a picture in Discord here. Poking around.
Ugh.
Has a beak, milky white eyes, and large whiskers that are kind of brushing against the side wall as it peeks. And then head goes back. And then again it peeks. Head goes back.
Can I consult the guide and see if I can identify what this creature is?
Go for it. Investigation check.
Investigation. It's a 12. But I think I am going to use because why not? My Psi Bolstered Knack. Haven't used this before. I guess it says I have to fail an ability check. Okay, it's an ability check. This wasn't an ability check, right?
Be a skill check.
Yeah, it's not an ability check. We're fine. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it. It's a 12.
With a 12, you desperately search through the book and don't find anything that matches except for a very old drawing with a series of unknowns written underneath it. And the word, or the two words, Hook Horror.
Oh.
Are we ready to go?
I will call everybody over, and I think this might be what I have found. It's not even listed in the book.
Does everyone head over to look at the book?
Yeah, I'd want to see it.
He shows you a page of the book labeled Hook Horror and an old wood stamp carving with no information below it.
I didn't know birds could get so buff.
It seems a little skittish, whatever it is. I don't know. Are we feeling adventurous, or do we want to go back? Keep in mind, we might be facing a Grick on the way back as well.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to fight the Griff on the way back after fighting something else.
Splendorbelt, do you have anything to add to the decision being made?
No, I would nod, but I wouldn't say anything. I'd be ready to go where they're going.
It's not something we're going to be getting a bounty for. Maybe we simply tell them that we saw something that seemed to be this Hook Horror and report it back to the guild. Maybe we can take the contract on another day.
This is good point. We kill it now, we don't get gold for it, we take it, we go back and tell them, maybe we get gold in future because they have a new job for us to do.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, it's decided. I think we're going to turn around and head back.
The second you turn your back, the creature jumps around the corner, revealing its 13-foot tall body. It has this chicken-like head with these large whiskers, but its back is covered in a great chitinous plating like you would have on a beetle. Its hands don't exist anymore. They're just huge taloned hooks running from basically its elbow down. Has a sort of thumb-like appendage up near where you would have your forearm, but ultimately just huge bladed hooks for arms. Its feet are very velociraptor-y as they click on the ground, and it goom, 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 starts running at you, brandishing these giant hooks.
Grinkeeper, startled, is gonna yell back, "Woo!" and pull her hammer out in her shield, and she'll run if the other two run. And she's gonna roll an intimidate.
Greenkeeper rolls an intimidate on the beast.
10.
Well, you know, let's see what happens. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It is undisturbed by your counter gobble.
Let's get out!
Greenkeeper makes a motion to run.
Yeah, I mean, Greenkeeper's usually the charge forward. If she's wanting to run, Ko's running.
Yeah, she's our tank. I would also follow.
All right, we begin to run. Let's make a acrobatics check as we navigate the pool, the piles of slime, the dead and cooked piercers, and of course, Norman, Boonfellow, and Phelan, who are limping their way out. Or, well, Norman and Boonfellow are supporting a rather dramatic high elf who is complaining about goo in his hair.
I rolled a 7.
15.
Just a standard D20?
This will be
acrobatics.
Acrobatics
Oh,
check.
I'm sorry, acrobatics. It's not my best. It's a 2.
I don't
Cool.
have to have the best acrobatics check. I just have to have a better acrobatics check than you.
Not hard, it turns out. Not hard to do.
So here's what happens. Grinkeeper, succeeding on their check, is able to move their full movement speed and immediately books down and runs into Phelan, Boonfellow, Norman, making their way through the tunnel in the back as they go, "Whoa, what? What'd you see? What'd you see?" Probably just another, shut up. Splendorbelt immediately trips, falls over, flat on his face. Ko, you're able to move your movement, but you're not able to perform a dash action as you get a foot caught in a small hole in the ground.
Okay, so I can move 35 feet then?
Yep.
Do that. Now, I believe as a rogue, I can do a bonus action to get a second dash if I wanted to. Is that also failed on the check?
Let's just say that you're
double dash.
That's a good question. I don't actually know.
Bonus action, I can do cunning action, which lets me take the dash action. But if I already committed my action to it, is that a double dash?
Yes, rogues can dash and use cunning action to dash again. So you could move 90 feet if that was your normal movement speed, but you're slightly faster because you're a satyr, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So let's say what'd you roll again?
I rolled a 7.
A 7? Okay, so let's say your action is the one that failed. However, you can still do the full 60.
70.
70, yeah.
Okay, that gets me to there.
All right, so as you round the corner, you kind of do that thing where you're running too fast and kind of hit the wall on the other side and have to like push off it and try to keep going, and it slows you down a little bit from your mad maximum. Splendorbelt, however, fell directly over and is currently at the mouth of the continuing tunnel behind you.
Yeah.
I'm going to advance the beast. It has a movement speed of 30.
Shit. It's right on me.
Yes, but does use its dash action to do so. So it is not able to attack on this turn and is currently 15 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, I would want to be scrambling up and going for it again.
Cool, let's continue. Everyone make a athletics or acrobatics here.
Okay, I'll roll this, but Grinkeeper's gonna see Splendorbelt go down, and she's gonna go, "Ah, no, man, Splendorbelt!" And then she'll turn and run and get between him and the creature.
Oh, look at this. Some heroics.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Grinkeeper pushes past Ko, heads over to Splendor Belt, and takes a defensive stance. However, that takes her full movement speed and action to do so.
It was a 15.
Cool. And you do not have any trouble making that movement over there.
All right. Here's my athletics check to get the hell out of here. 14.
14. All right. You stand up pretty easily, sort of scramble your feet up underneath yourself and take off running past Grinkeeper.
I would say I don't see, this is a turn order problem because I would want to acknowledge both the heroism and being thankful that she came to my aid. But I also don't want to waste much time. So I would she would run over almost like to come get me. And I would get up and then reach my hand out for hers and then attempt to make my run with her back.
Okay, by the sound of it, it sounded like Grinkeeper was taking up a defensive battle position. However, if you were going to help out Splendor Belt and he gets up, the two of you'd start running back together. So what happens, Grinkeeper?
Yeah, you decide. Hold your ground or come with me if you want to live.
She would go with you, Splendor Belt.
Okay.
But she would position herself between you and the monster, so you would take the lead of the run.
Cool. So kind of a she's ready to rock. Splendor Belt grabs you by the wrist, and the two of you start running backwards. And we'll sort of let you stumble along a little bit as Splendor Belt pulls you, but you're still the first one in attack range of the Hookor who's running this way.
Okay.
Ko, is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, seeing Grinkeeper turn, Ko would also stop, realize Splendor Belt isn't with them, and would move probably to there with his bow and ready it for as soon as the creature came within visual range to make an attack.
Sounds good. You would be in range of that, and now we get to the Hookor's turn, who runs around the corner and then would be open to your readied action.
All right, let's fire at it. 16 to hit.
Is a hit.
4 damage.
This is a crossbow?
Short bow.
Short bow, cool. All right, the arrow sticks in its upper shoulder, though it doesn't seem at all disturbed by its measly 4 hit points missing.
Yeah.
It continues its advancement and finds Grinkeeper being pulled along by a Splendor Belt and attacks with 2 hook attacks, sort of bringing them up together like you might swing double scythes, like Malthael does in Diablo. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Sort of crossing them at the cross section so it would pull somebody apart should they both hit. However, one misses spectacularly with an 8. The other one is a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 11 points of piercing damage, Grinkeeper.
Whoa. Sorry. Not sure that was the right sound or not. Grinkeeper takes that damage? Ugh, I'm going to feel bad.
Yep. And that'd be its turn. We go back to our unorganized turn order. Does anyone have an action that they'd like to make?
How much damage was that on her?
11.
Ugh.
And it missed one of the hits, so theoretically it could have been double that.
All right. I would want to keep my run, but I would notice this and cast... I would cast Cure Wounds on her, as I assume I'm still in reaching range. Can I still touch her?
Yeah, you're actually holding on to her, so...
Okay.
With your hand on her wrist, the divine power would flow quickly out of your body straight into Grinkeeper.
All right. Let me try this. Heal her for 5 points of damage.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, that allows you still, I believe, your normal movement speed, right? Or does scale mail slow you down? No, you're good. So
Yeah,
30
should be
movement
okay.
speed still available.
Right. I would continue, assuming we're all sort of moving at the same rate, I would move, would you say 30?
Yep.
Whoops. Wait, where's 30 here? I don't know how this works.
It would be 6 in our
Oh.
little system here as it goes by 0.5 or 5 per movement.
So I did about there.
Cool. Grinkeeper, do you get pulled along with that movement, or do you stand in melee range?
Would it cause an attack of opportunity?
It would, however, it would only be able to make 1, as it's not allowed to make multi-attacks.
Okay, and does it look like it has ear holes?
Yes. In fact, you look straight up at it, and you see that its eyes are entirely milky. Its head is hovering about at the 12-foot mark as kind of its neck arches out of this beetle-like back it has. And its ears are very large on top of its head, leading directly in, much like a bat's, with all those kind of weird little knobs and crevasses to help amplify sound.
Grinkeeper will look back at the team and go, "Wake me up if I fall asleep with this one!" And then she'll pull out the horn and blow.
All right, you let loose the Horn of Blasting, which is in your inventory there, so let's take a look at it. A thunderous blast and a 30-foot cone. So now outside of our previous small room, you can direct this directly at the beast. So you pull the horn out from your pack behind you, put it right up to its beak, practically over its beak, and blast. Must succeed in a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. That's a
Awesome
techno.
horn.
It was cool. It was a
It's
techno
cool, but
horn.
I can't find a horn, so I'll just pretend it's a guitar. There, you go.
I got an 11. Let loose the thunder damage.
How much thunder damage? I'm sorry.
5d6.
5d6.
Ooh.
Okay. $21 damage.
21 thunderous damage. Blast this creature in the face. And immediately you see it go as its ears burst and blood trickles down through the holes. It immediately starts swinging wildly about, its milky eyes completely blind, seemingly using echolocation so far to navigate its way through its bucks and its gurgles. Ko, you had a prepared action, so you are still good to go. Grinkeeper, do you continue to run to catch up to Splunderbelt, or do you stay where you are?
I guess she'll start backing up, but she won't go through that entrance tunnel until Ko's through it.
Okay, so
She's
you so
gonna be the first in line if it starts going.
cool. There is a stalagmite in the way of the tunnel, and the tunnel itself is only 5 feet wide, so you can position yourself around that, or you can sort of stand in the way and then let Ko by as he comes through.
Okay, I've positioned myself in front of that stalagmite so Ko can sneak behind if he wants.
Cool. It gets an attack of opportunity. However, it is with disadvantage, and it is currently and basically blinded. A 17 versus your AC.
My shield's up, so it misses.
All right. Bangs off the shield, the large bony hook, and you manage to walk away. Ko, you've got a full turn.
All right, well, here's a twist. Ko's going to move around the stalagmite, seeing this blinded, deafened creature, and is going to get over here and is going to take a shot with the bow again. Would this be considered sneak attack, as the creature does not know I'm here?
Yeah, it's currently under the blind condition. You have advantage.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's a natural 20 on the first roll. We don't have to roll it again.
All right, well, we'll roll it again all the same for our home rule here. Let's see what happens.
That's a natural 20 again for another 25.
Double natty 20s.
Oh my lord.
You're using your short bow here, right?
Yep.
All right. You fire the bow at the beast, and you land directly in its screaming mouth as it gobbles and gurgles. The arrow pierces up into its brain. You even see the top kind of pop out the top of its head, and it and starts to use its hooks to try to like climb back the way it came. It goes about 10 feet before it slumps down. You see its nasty, craggly little beetle chicken butt facing you as its legs slide out from underneath it, and it's and in the silence of the cave, you hear the kind of boom, 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 and the beast lays motionless.
Ko is going to approach the beast.
Greenkeeper will follow a little behind.
Once he feels fairly certain that the creature is not gonna pull any surprises, he's going to lean against it and yell, "It's all clear in here if you want to come back and see what it was." To the other group. See if they come in. And he's gonna be leaning against it very arrogantly.
Like a big trophy.
Yeah.
I like it.
You hear echoing up through the cave. Let's see if I can. This. There we go. We're good. Thank you. Holy moly, what's that?
Uh-oh.
And that's what you hear.
Oh no.
That
They're gonna
sounds-
have to fight the Grick.
That sounds
Every
bad.
group has to.
I really want a trophy from the hook horror, but I feel like we should go help them.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going anywhere. At least not yet.
I'll run up ahead. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll follow. I wanna help. We can always come back for
Yeah.
hook horror trophy.
I agree.
You guys run down the tunnel through the first bend, making your way back into the area where you initially met the First Sons Brotherhood. They are supporting Fainil, who, again, seems to be just fine, but is really making a ham of it, covered in goo, as they skirt along the left side of the tunnel. They have weapons brandished, kind of pointing up down one of the side areas. And as you round the corner, Ko, Splendorbelt, and Grinkeeper, you see the Grick has coiled itself up into an upper corner of the tunnel, and hanging limp from its coils, its snake-like body, is the Piercer. And it's hissing and kind of gnashing towards them, but ultimately they aren't currently engaged in battle. All right, Beast! All right, this is your home. I'm leaving. Goodbye, Beast. Oh, jeez. Oh, let's get out of here, gents.
You're not going to stay and fight it.
But there's probably more. You just kill one, there's 20 more of them.
Did you at least close the hole?
Oh, we closed our hole. We all did that at the same time. You're all very brave. We're all very impressed.
No, this hole. Oh my. Greenkeeper will start putting rocks around the hole, trying to close it up as best she can.
Wait,
So-
I need a trophy. I need a trophy before we seal it up.
Oh, no, the hole that the brick is in, because that's a side hole, right?
Right, another of these many tunnels around. So as the Grick sort of is backing up, moving along the ceiling with its spider climb body, dragging this Piercer as it goes, you're just kind of like, okay, and push a boulder in front of that passageway that it's leaving down. You do so without incident as the Grick disappears into shadows.
All right, Ko's going back for his trophy.
Okay. Do you do anything special as you make your way there?
Nope. I'd be cautious. We've certainly ran into plenty of surprises, but no. Otherwise, just going to get it.
All right. Roll a. Actually, let's see. What is it you're trying to take from it?
It's a hook horror. I feel like you gotta get a hook of some kind.
Sure.
Like, whether that's the tip of one of the claws or, a talon from that. I think, any of those would be good. Something that is a hook that I feel like I can cut through with my sword.
Okay, cool. So this large bony appendage has a connection there at the elbow. And much like a crab, there's that tight skin over the top. And you can work your dagger. And I think you have a long sword, right? Or a short sword?
Yeah, I got a short sword.
So you can stab that in there and try to pop that connection off.
Let's do that.
Cool. Roll an athletics. Or a nature, if you would choose, rather.
Well, nature's better, but I rolled a 14 for the athletics, if that'll do it. Yeah,
Okay.
It's better than what I got with the nature, anyway.
So it takes a little bit of time to carve, and you're sitting there for a stressful minute. But you finally get that final sinew to pop. It finally disconnects. Even you find in there the little tendon that you could pull that makes the little thumb part go. And as you disconnect that, with your passive perception, you see yet another massive chicken head peek from around the corner.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm going to try and get this limb, and I'm going to try and slip out of here as quietly as I can.
Make your stealth check.
A 18.
Cool. So moving like some sort of monster hunter anime beast with this giant hook thrown over your shoulder, you quietly make your way back. And as you round the stalagmite and start making your way down the tunnel, you see the boo, 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 as it comes over the top, and its head bends down, and it nestles the side of the head of the one that's fallen.
Oh, no.
As you catch up to the group, you hear a great
Oh.
I feel
Grinkeeper, as you come around the corner, is stacking rocks in front of the tunnel. Now, no longer a tunnel, but a pile of rocks. Mainly blocked by a massive boulder. Norman, Boonfellow, and Fainel have all made their way back to the entrance area. That is, of course, they're right now at the edge of those falling platforms that start the dungeon that lead to the Temple of Palor opening.
There was another one of these. I definitely think we need to let the guild know.
Where? Where is it? I'm feeling paranoid.
Back in the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go back.
Yeah. We are pushing our luck. We go out and not do number 3. Good. Let's go.
You'll catch up, and Fainel stands tall and takes advantage of his storm sorcery features that whenever he casts a level 1 spell, he can gain a short amount of fly speed, and begins casting his mage armor again, and uses that to help haul his friends across the pit. As you all have done this before, and you know what it takes, though it does take some time. Of course, that rope is now secure from the Brotherhood, and you all manage to use like a zip line, put your packs atop it, and shoot it across while reducing your own weight below that 200 point. The only one being that can't do that is Splendor Belt, who has to sort of put the majority of his weight on the rope as he walks across. The poison trap, the needles are still locked from the natural 20 that Ko had delivered to the mechanism, and you all easily make your way back up into the Temple of Palor. Upon emerging into the afternoon sun, now about 4 p.m., you see a gathering of Brother Maynarch, as well as Carrie Underworld is there, and a number of the monks. She has in her hand a small device. Looks a bit like a ladle with various metal bits hanging out of it. And she's kind of, woo, woo. She's the one making the noise as she sweeps it around the room.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
Brother Maynarch speaks up. There! Oh, there! Splendorbelt's the one who opened it. Splendorbelt. We've gotten a guild representative here to make sure there's some sort of action on the defacement of the Hall of Penance.
Yes, you mean hold up to what we made mess? It's a big mess.
The very same. Look, the beautiful mosaic, and he falls to his knees and kind of tenderly touches the ground. Thousands of years old, surely. Oh, the damage to the temple of Paylor today.
I cannot remember what we promised to do for you for these. What did we say we would do?
I don't think we need to do anything. This existed without our aid. It was already here. It was simply closed. Now we know about it. We can close it again.
Oh yeah, it's not our fault. We can help close it, but you're not paying for your stupid things.
Your temple lies on top of a dungeon. It seems to be designed to keep things out. It was likely here long before you set it up to be whatever room you claim this to be.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Me neither, speaks up Carrie Underworld. But it's pretty great, huh? What'd you guys find down there?
Well, we fought a Gelatinous Cube. And, I believe a hook horror and nothing left. This giant appendage that he's carrying.
We'll say you were just talking at the staircase still, and you walk up with this length of your body hook over your shoulder. What manner of otherworldly demonic beast would have such an arm?
Turns out a chicken.
A chicken?
It was like chicken, but not like chicken, not like normal chicken you have.
Buff chicken.
Yeah. Big, scary, double-clawed monster chicken.
What? That's awesome. That's awesome. Are there more chickens?
There is at least one that I was able to see. We killed this one, and there is one more still in the area.
Okay. All right. Great. We're gonna...
If you send anyone down there to fight that chicken, give them this. And Grinkeeper will hand over the horn.
Whoa! Oh, this is a lot like the stone from... Well, you know, Ko. This is great. Okay, we'll do a sentience check on this, but we'll be sure to let you know what it is and what it's got for you all. All right. She passes it off to one of the monks nearby, who looks very confused with this massive hook now in his arms.
We have lots of trophies, as a matter of fact. I'll hand over the jar of Gelatinous Cube ooze and the Psychic Spear that we obtained.
Wow! She looks at one in her hand, one in the other, loads it up on the same monk near her. Okay, you are taking that to the guild, all right? First order of business. Okay, there's going to be a meeting. We're going to have a follow-up meeting here. We're gonna get everybody together, see their reports. That should be, well, with all you available now, that should be now. So make your way to the guild.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We can go.
Call the horn the chicken chaser, Grinkeeper says as she walks off.
Chicken chaser. Got it. You all make your way back to the guild.
Sweet.
Inside, you find all the other members from the bronze meeting this morning, the guild leaders, as well as their companions of their various groups. And we'll have that meeting right after a break.
Perfect timing. All right, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more from There Will Be Dungeons. We'll see you in a sec. All right, we have returned. And last we saw, we were all back at the guild. Kyle, take it away.
We have returned to the Dungeon Guild. Cassius leads everyone back into the lecture meeting hall via the door beyond the bar, and the main representatives, as well as the entire Darkest Delvers, make their way into that room. That, of course, would be Bel Soonish, the half-elf bard, Dominic Rees, the rogue with all his belts and daggers, Edgar Boonfellow, the dwarf cleric, and Dharma Edgestream, the halfling with the oversized wizard robes. Do the three of you take your seat once again at the front of the hall?
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Same seats.
All right. You all sit down. Cassius stands in the front, places his hands upon the desk, which is still covered in the maps from Carrie Underworld's presentation earlier this morning, and says, all right, report, Viper Gang. We found nothing, lot of nothing at the northeast well. Brigand Patrol. Well, we found what was left of the Darkest Delvers killing some monsters. They did not want any help, so down the well they went, and we reported back here. First Sons Brotherhood. Oh, it was crazy! The Darkest Delvers are insane! They killed a cube, which nearly ate my fennel. And then we saw a crick eating a piercer, like the diagram showed earlier. And then I guess they fought a giant chicken in the back, which they were very proud of. We fought a dark mantle and a couple of sturges and plugged our hole. Very well. More on that in a moment, then. Dharma Edgestream, 5 emissaries. We blew the whole well full of fire, and the water was hot enough for tea when I was done. Were there any monsters in the well? None that ended up in the tea? Okay. Darkest Delvers, what did you discover?
Big cube and big cube and a chicken.
Oh, a Temple of Paylor? It was crazy.
There was also a creature that looked like one thing, but was actually a monster, and there was a creature that disintegrated metal in the blacksmith. A couple of sturges, piercers,
Giant cockroaches?
And chicken.
Except they weren't cockroaches.
and what we believe is a hook horror, according to the book, though there is not much information about it.
Cassius's eyebrows are up. He seems a bit in shock. Well, seems you all selected the correct and most dangerous well. Well done. The Temple of Paylor. What happened there?
Yeah,
Going about there, your people, do you want to...
let's simple answer is big hole where there was no big hole is problem for them to fix all damage caused by hole. But is okay.
What?
There was
Yes, go ahead, Greenkeeper. You say
there
story.
was a dungeon like at the ruins with the traps, except we did it backwards. Like I think the Gricks did at the ruins, and then we found this weight plate thing that we had to use the other group with, and we all worked together, and we were heavy enough, and a door opened, and guess what? It was into the Temple of Paylor under a mosaic that was apparently thousands of years old. So how old is that ruin?
Well, problem is they did not know it was there, and now we have big mess, and is all caused by old tunnels, old stuff. They are demanding we pay to help, but we are not doing this.
Hilda, I think the killing we've done is payment enough. I'm not paying a cent.
Yeah, I have to agree. Although I like Temple, I go there when I can, but this is not my problem. to have to fix issues caused by a hole.
Yes, you will not owe any money to the temple. We will be sure to make that clear to them if that is the case. Carrie Underworld has been dispatched and is attempting to discover something about the entrance, as we never really analyzed the Hall of Penance in the Temple of Palor in the first place. I am activating the reserve force. All Woods who are currently on part-time will be employed while we guard that entrance and we make the city secure. We are currently working out with divination experts what our next move should be. However, we've been unable so far to locate this tunnel and these dungeons, which was under the city the entire time. So something may have blocked our divinations in the past. Expect a report as well as missions tomorrow morning, all of you. As for now, you've done a very good job. Payment will be waiting for you at the acquisitions desk from today's operation. Any questions?
Who's gonna kill the horror down there? Ko said he saw another one.
We will be placing guards at the temple entrance to the dungeon tonight. All of you have been through, and he looks you, particularly you over, Grinkeeper, as you have been covered in very old goo from earlier this morning, have a large scrape across the front of your metal armor, and a number of other dings and odors about you. Have seen quite enough action for today. Rest up, and missions will be dispensed in the morning. We will continue our all-bronze operation. Please, keep calm. The city still does not know about this. They are aware that we have inspected the wells. One particular well is very aware that there are monsters about, as well as we have received reports of a bugman infestation, which we will be quelling such rumors tonight. You're all dismissed. Delvas, stick around if you may.
Okay.
Belsoonish, Dominic Rees, Edgar Boonfellow, and Dharma Edstream all get up and leave. They have some talk about them. As you leave, echoing down the hall, you hear, "They're crazy!" from one Boonfellow as he explains the story to his fellow companions. A bit of a hubbub begins beyond the lecture hall as you hear drinks being ordered, as money exchanging hands, and some of that money being spent directly at the bar with one Groinhammer. Cassius, still at the front of the room, looks at all three of you. We are not in a position to request more of you today. You have done excellently, and by no means do I doubt your slaying abilities. Ko, you in particular have a knack for bringing back interesting and new specimens, and we thank you for that. If you have any energy about you, I would hope you can swing by the Hall of Penance and give Carrie Underworld a hand in her investigation. She's attempting to uncover if there's anything else to the ruins, if any of the other temple hallways, stones, contain any information about the ruins that lay below and what that temple was built upon so long ago.
I
Seems
think we
good.
could do that. How late is it?
Yeah.
It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So this operation began pretty early in the morning. You guys left around 10, and the various wanderings under the ground got you up above ground for the first time when you first opened the temple at about 1.
I don't think that will be a problem. We could certainly check in with Carrie.
I would appreciate it greatly. Our next move is to discover the purpose of these dungeons. And we have a number of leads. Once again, I ask for the Darkest Delvers to make their selection in hopes that their skills will be put to the best test. There are several old elven ruins in the area, each occupied by the various, let us say, filthier denizens of this world. We are aware of several ruins. In the mountains, we know a ruin is occupied by goblins, a second ruin occupied by kobolds. To the swamps, to the east, past the farms, we are aware of an old ruin occupied by both bullywugs, and then a second one along the lake's edge, occupied by Kuatoa, fishmen. If my opinion's anything to judge, the goblin camp is likely to be disgusting. The kobold camp likely to be fanatical. The bullywugs to be ravenous and hungry. And the Kuatoa are frankly insane.
Well, Ko, you picked great last time.
I mean, I am definitely tempted by the prospect of fighting insane fishmen. Which do you think would be the most challenging of these?
They're all lesser beings, and each with intelligence equal to their appearance. However, there is likely a boss, captain, overfed fishman among them that will likely lead their way. These are intelligent creatures, and while they are foolish, we do not send woodleaguers out to intelligent camps. There's chance of surrounding, of traps, of machinations that might surprise lower-level adventurers.
I think my vote would be the insane fish people.
That was my vote before I even thought about other two. You have fishmen, we go.
Sounds like fun.
Very good. In the morning, you will head out for the Kuatoa camp on the far east side of Atamir's farmland. Very well. Be on your way. Rest up and prepare yourself for tomorrow. And thank you for taking a look at Carrie's investigation.
You have you have ominous sound to your voice. Are you sending us to something worse than you are telling us? I feel like you are holding back.
I have given you the best knowledge we have, that we are aware of old elven ruins which have since gone unexplored because they are occupied by disgusting creatures of intelligence and planning. Please be careful and report back what you find. Hopefully it will give us answers as to what that dungeon is doing underneath the Temple of Pelor.
Okay.
Good enough for me.
All right, you guys leave the lecture hall, leaving Cassius behind to go over the maps and whatnot. And you exit into the guild hall, which is a din. Is cups are banging, pewter is being passed around as food has been ordered from the bar area. All the various bronze leaguers are celebrating of sorts their operation and their sweet 300 gold that they were paid. Some of them for a very, very simple operation. You all approach the acquisitions desk and receive 300 gold each yourselves.
Ooh. 300 apiece.
And the floor is open. The evening is yours. We have a request to go by the Temple of Pelor and help with an inspection, but there is no time limit given on that. Tomorrow morning you will be heading out by cart. Shoot. By Aegis cart, by the Centaur's cart, for the east side of the farmland where it enters the wetlands around the lake. But otherwise, you have money in your pocket, there are shops available, the whole town is available, as well as, of course, your personal leavings, depending on what you want to do now.
Grinkeeper would want to see Carrie first and then take care of her stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. get that done and taken care of in case there are complications.
Yep.
Cool. You guys immediately turn then after collecting your monies for the door. And Edgar Boonfellow brings out, "Why, hey, the heroes of the hour not gonna join us for a drink, are you?"
You keep those drinks cold. We'll be back.
Okay. And you guys head out, making your way back up the street, past the well with scorch marks along the edges, up into the Temple of Paylor, through the main hall, past the various waiting rooms, where you see the sick, the wounded being tended to. No more numbers than normal today. And back into the Penance Hall, where you find Carrie Underworld and Brother Maynard, who is still pacing about nervously. She has her ladle with the various little windy sticks and springs sticking out of it, and she seems to be sweeping it across the floor.
Carrie, Cassius said you may be able to use our assistance with your investigation.
Yes, I can. So, from reports I've seen from our research station out in the forest, this is the exact layout of the other dungeon. It began with the same spear trap, went into the same needle holes, and the entrance appears to be mostly the same. So, using your experience from that forest ruins, what else should be here? Is there anything in this room that might not appear to be what it is? I've got detect magic going on, but holding up her ladle, it's not really coming up with anything. I mean, anything with any latent magic energies would be thousands of years old. It's hardly going to register.
Well, if it is going to be completely one-to-one with the other things we encountered, maybe... I think the entrance was very similar, but what about where you found that tablet, Greenkeeper? Do you think there might be a room like that here?
Greenkeeper's mouth drops in shock. She'd totally forgotten about it. You're right, with the images on it, right? It would be about this direction. Grinkeeper kind of closes her eyes and puts herself in the ruins and aims her body where the direction of the hole would be.
All right, and you start going back through the temple. Where's she going? Excuse me, miss? And you are pursued by one Brother Maynard. Splendorbelt, Co, do you do anything else? Or anything different? Or do we follow Grinkeeper?
No, just...
Yeah, I'd follow for now. I definitely want to go shopping after all this, but we're in follow mode.
Cool. Grinkeeper, let's roll maybe an inside investigation. I would even take like a survival for sort of memorizing your steps or the layout of the land in the previous location.
Okay, a survival of 4.
A 4? All right. You confidently march, wrongfully perhaps, wrongful confidence, down the halls. And you go this one and bang open the door, where you see a priest tending to the wounds of a man. Burn victim?
Is there a hole in here?
No.
Okay, thank you. And then she'll look to Splendorbelt and Co. I don't know. It should be around here somewhere, I think.
Is there something I can roll to see if I can help her remember if this is the right direction? Because I certainly saw that room as well. And I know roughly where that ruin was.
Same sort of thing. Insight, survival, taking other excuses as well, of course.
Let's do insight. Let's just see. 19.
Okay. You leave the man to his tending and head back into the main hall. There are the sick, the cots, lining the main hall, which goes back into the main prayer chamber, with the pews leading up to an altar and that large tapestry hanging behind it. To your left, you would see the passageway that leads you back through the various dormitories to the Hall of Penance, which is a rather more private area where the priests and monks in particular do their punishments of sorts, as gifted out by the high priest. But here in the main hall, there are a number of people praying, going over their rosaries. There's no sort of mass being held at the moment, but you do see that tapestry of the sun, very much like the one in the Hall of Penance, except for more elaborate, more themed in gold, as those rays shoot out and scare off these various creatures. And in fact, Splendor Belt, you see now, as you've seen it before, there's those weird little bug chickens in the corners that are very poorly done, much like a lion would be on a medieval tapestry done by someone who had never seen a lion before.
That they're reminiscent of the stuff we killed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ko, as you head up down the main row between these pews, a couple of people look up, but most are absorbed in their prayers. And with your passive perception in tow, you see that the altar is wood atop. Seems to have a framework built around a very old stone pillar.
Greenkeeper, does this remind you of the altar we saw?
Yeah. Yeah, and that means there would be something, and Grinkeeper will walk over to the tapestry, and she'll pull it back and look under. Something here.
It's attached to the top. Do you pull it aside and hold it aside, or are you ripping that thing down?
She'll pull it aside and hold it aside. She's not looking to rip it.
Pulling it aside, you see a very old stucco smeared across the wall. It's chipped in some areas, though, and there is a solid stone something beyond it.
Grinkeeper will pull out a javelin and start poking at the plaster.
You begin chipping away at the plaster, which immediately starts to give way and reveal a great stone piece behind it. Solid stone, not just bricks or anything like that. Brother Maynard walks up. Oh, this is not very allowed.
Keeper just keeps chipping away.
Mr. Splendorbelt, please. You are aware of the ancient traditions of this temple, defacing behind the tapestry, while it won't be seen by the masses because the tapestry will be hanging. It's most unbecoming.
Yes, but to get job done, we have to do unbecoming things. This is part of deal.
This underworld, please. I say take it all down. Heck, I'll help. And
Let me ask you a question, Brother Maynard. You saw the giant claw I carried out of your temple. There are more of those creatures. Creatures that wield those as appendages. If they would be hiding behind walls in this temple, ready to break through and attack your devout, you would want to know about it, right?
Make a check with that. Are you lying about the creatures? You could do a deception. Are you persuading?
Yeah, I think it'd be probably persuasion. I'm not really lying to him. 9.
He doesn't seem convinced by your words. This temple has stood for thousands of years, originally crafted by Dane Proudface, and I will not see it defaced by a bunch of up-jumped woodleaguers. And you can see him sort of shaking like he is at maximum adrenaline rush. He This is about the best argument he's ever had in his life.
What you gonna do about it?
But, Mr. Spenderbelt, please, your companions. And this is now Grinkeeper and Carrie just kanging at that wall and taking down the stucco.
What is being taken down can be put back. Nothing is irreplaceable. We won't break things on purpose. It's just to get to bottom of all this. Palo will understand. These are just things.
At that moment, Grinkeeper sort of hits the center of the stucco, and the whole bottom crumbles, and the whole sheet slides down off the wall, revealing behind it the same massive stone carving from the ruins, with the point up top, the circle below it, and the various symbols leading downward.
That means there's a hole in that thing. And you could point to the podium.
You point at the podium.
It was humming.
Well, now you can see why we have to do this. What good is temple and artifacts if a whole thing depends on, horrible things happening inside? We can rebuild. Don't worry. Well, I'm going to head toward the podium.
Okay. You see that its base is of stone, very much the same stone that's just been uncovered, but built atop it has been this wooden framework that has made the place where the various books of Palor would be placed for the morning services. And a great amount of golden cloth has been draped over that wooden platform built atop the stone.
I would remove the cloth. I do it carefully, though, slowly.
All right, with a bit of reverence, you pull back the cloth, revealing this wooden structure that has been built around the stone.
What does it look like? Is it a pattern? Is it a carving? Is it just a...
It's decently ornate. It's been carved with some suns and their rays spreading across the wood, but ultimately is sort of serving as the podium for holding the book, with a little edge at the bottom.
And do I hear anything here still? Is there this humming she talked about? Is that happening?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Sorry. Back. Here we go. Oops, that's deception. Ignore that roll. That did not happen. Okay.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Perception. Here we go. Probably going to be terrible now. Ugh. Oh, I thought it was a 1. Phew. 9.
You lean down, and you even get so close as to just place your whole face on the podium wood, and you can feel it vibrating, and you can hear through that wood that same ooh of so long ago from our very first adventure there where Ko went down into the tunnels, and then that hole straight down into the darkness in the forest.
Okay. I would relay that to everybody. But not sure quite what to do. Should we pull this out? See what happens? We remove podium, see if there's hole.
Never gone down and investigated one of these. At least not too much. But we've encountered several before.
This is true. I think we take it off, see what is inside. And how big of a, like, could I wrap my arms around this podium and lift?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind
Okay.
of built like a wooden scaffold over the stone part. So you're able to kind of bear hug it and slide it over the top and then
Okay.
discard it to the side.
I'm gonna do that then.
You do so. The wood pulls up, and you can even see that a center square 5-inch by 5-inch pillar went down into the center, and you pull it up much like you're uncorking something. And as it finally gives after about 2 feet of this downward pillar, you see the stone. A foot by a foot, 5-inch by 5-inch hole in the center, heading down into darkness. And issuing out of that darkness is that drone, that sound.
Okay. There is hole, there is place to go.
The sound fills the chamber slowly, kind of growing as it echoes about the hall. And Coat, you see that most people look up. All the various attendees here in the Church of Palor, the Temple of Palor, stop their various prayers, stop mid-sentence, and look at what you're all up to. And in particular, you see an elf in the back, hooded monk, grab his head and sway for a moment before collapsing sideways.
I would call out, What has happened to this man? See to him.
Fine. And Brother Maynard patters down the stairs away from the altar to go attend to the man.
Is it something to do with the sound? Everybody seems to be reacting to it.
It is not good sound to make.
Well, Carrie, this is it. This is exactly what we found.
In our film here, the camera would be pointing up out of the hole as Carrie's face looks over it and goes, wow, into the hole. So where does that go?
We have no idea.
Well, we should find out.
I mean, should we? Should we?
I mean, we should put in a proper guild order first before we do something, of course. But yes, we should find out. Oh, okay. That's really, really cool. And she looks around and sees a bit of stone of the stucco that's been chipped off, picks it up, pulls forth a small pen-shaped device and taps it. And it glows with a light spell. And she looks at you guys excitedly, hope nothing happens, and drops it down the hole. And you see the light go down into darkness before eventually it just leaves your sight.
No sound?
Not over the drone. The small rock
Oh, it's deep.
would not make a clink loud enough over that drone issuing up.
So it's deep then.
It goes down.
If this sound is having a negative impact on people, perhaps we should reseal the hole until we are going down to investigate.
Yeah, but why aren't we affected? I feel fine. Do you feel fine?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You look good.
I'm not bothered.
Spunbelt, you bothered?
No, this is fine. We can go down.
Was he the only elf in the room?
With your passive perception, yes. That is what you saw.
Maybe it has something to do with him being an elf.
Oh. This is possible.
Oh, we'll close it up for now. I believe Cassius mentioned he has a new mission for you all in the morning, so this will be shelved. But here we go. Here we go. Hello there. And she waves as cautiously entering the main hall, you see a well-armored, dressed for the first time as you've seen him, one Sultan, the same from Sultan Sash, with his great, glorious black beard casting his twirled mustache on the side. And he goes, oh, across the hall. My friends. Oh, I am blessed. You see? And he holds up his armor, and he has a wood badge on. Oh, you see? I have guard duty. The guard duty is mine tonight. Very excited. I joined guild. A good time. Good time to be adventurer, huh?
Oh, it's a great time.
Oh, what a pleasure it is to see my friends. Ah, Mr. Ko, is it? How does my sash do you today?
It has helped us quite a bit. Pulled us out of many bad situations.
Oh, I am very happy to hear it. Might I hold it for a moment to remember it by?
It is... I don't actually have it on me at the moment. We are still going to retrieve it. In fact, we used it this very day.
Retrieve? Well, I trust my friends, huh? I trust my friends that it has been of good service and is in good condition. Yes, my other companion should be here shortly. I believe I have guard with many of our friends from the Crypt of Cord tonight who have been brought in for the emergency reserve group, huh? What's this about? Is this a nasty sound?
No idea.
We don't know.
We're going to be investigating it soon, but definitely seems like a dangerous thing. Best not to mess with it.
I don't like it at all. Perhaps a pillow would be in order. Shove it down the hole, in my meaning.
I got you, Sultan. Don't worry. And Grinkeeper will start looking for a piece of plaster that's big enough to put over the hole.
There are several pieces of plaster, but they're all pretty weak. You still have the undamaged cork of sorts that was the scaffolding that covered the pillar of stone.
Grinkeeper will look at Splendor Belt. You want to do it, or should I?
You can do honors. I help if you need.
Okay. Grinkeeper will get into a good squat position, pick it up, and put it back on.
All right, let's make a sleight of hand.
A 10.
Nothing breaks. It makes it into the hole. It's a little clunky, but no damage done to the display itself. And you cover up the hole, and the sound is heavily muffled. Only can be heard when placing one's ear atop the wood. Well, I'm going to get the guards to their positions for the night. You all are, free to go about.
Thank you, Kerry. You've been very helpful. Glad we were able to assist.
All right, the evening is yours. What do you all want to do with it? Tomorrow morning, you set out for the lake and the fishmen.
We got
Ko's probably pretty easy. He's gonna get his the buckles he acquired reaffixed to his armor and have that repaired and cleaned. Because he's in a bit of a state.
I would go with Ko because I need to talk to an armorer. I've got money to spend.
So I would have my armor cleaned, repaired, and I would also be hitting up the Alchemy Shop to pick up a potion. I just gotta find it here. I know I saw it. To pick up a potion of water breathing and replace my potion of healing that I took.
All right, excellent. I'll drop the link there to our previous pricing and all that as we make our way around. And let me also throw you guys the map of the immediate area around the Dungeon Guild where all the various shops are located. We are still in that area, though, because we're just slightly north in the Temple of Palor.
Oh, and I would retrieve my sash.
Oh, yeah, your sash.
Yeah, which is tied to the well. Probably.
Cool. Do we all follow Ko about his sash retrieval and sort of let him lead the way to the shops?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I would.
Sounds good. All right, Ko, make a performance check for me.
A3 off of a natural 1.
Wow.
All right.
Like, sometimes you roll 2 20s in a row, and sometimes everything else is bad.
Ko leads you all back to the Well Plaza, and immediately upon entering the area, he feels all the eyes upon him and begins feeling extremely stiff in his movements. All the windows are open. People are looking outdoors, looking at the well. You see the 2 workmen, one whose hands were begrudgingly healed earlier this morning, are all out and about in the plaza and studying the well. And here comes the very adventurers who went down it. You call attention to yourselves as you arrive.
As Ko approaches, he'll just kind of give a little wave. Awkward wave. I rolled a 1 wave.
The old man, Morthers, heads over to you, Grinkeeper. I heard that you all were successful, and there were no more bugmen.
Oh, no, we cleared that up. It's all good.
Good. No more problems then, yes?
No, we're all set. Every problem we had's been fixed today.
While this conversation happens, Ko awkwardly makes his way over to the well, pulls his sash up, and you are all free to go. Or at least nothing's blocking your way.
Yep, just gonna slip out.
And we all walk away.
Yep, just into the shadows. Grab the sash and run.
Get the H out of there.
We are here in the dungeon, the streets around the Dungeon Guild. Where do we head first?
Like the armor.
Yeah, armor.
All right, so we make our way over to the Groinhammer estate, where once again our white-bearded, tall, muscular Groinhammer Senior greets you all as you enter his shop. Welcome back, adventurers. What can I get for you?
For me, I need a patch job on my armor. Some of these buckles have worn and fallen into disrepair, but I have replacements myself.
Very good. A simple
Just
job.
lack the skill to get it done.
Anyone else in the group here?
Do you have any good deals right now?
Deals?
Yeah.
I sell basic weapons at basic prices.
What about, you have a potion of mind reading in this place? Or I have to go down street to other men to get it.
I'm afraid this is a blacksmith's shop. You will not find potions or magic items here, only those master craftsman items of my own design.
You sell enhancements to existing weapon, yes?
No, I make the existing weapons. I believe you are hungry for arcane to go, perhaps, with that fool of a man.
I love that they don't like each other. A little store rivalry because no way the potions guy likes the armor guy. That's great. You carry you have crossbow here with enhancements better than basic?
He closes his eyes. I will begin work on the buckles immediately. Please,
Oh.
the armor off. I will need it, of course, to attach the buckles.
Can you clean mine and fix mine as well, please?
Okay. Young lady, there is a shop just around the corner called Cleaned and Prestidigitation. This is a masterwork. I can offer you metallurgy, buckles, vulcanization. I can offer tongs, scale mail, maces, swords, wheels, horseshoes.
Make sure you do not ask him for a crossbow. He can't do this.
I can do a crossbow. Are you challenging me?
I just asked you if you can do crossbow better than basic light crossbow.
You said crossbow enhancements.
No, just I need better one than I have. He's not good. It's a piece of crap.
You want a masterwork crossbow?
It depends on cost. What do you charge for these?
I will begin work on these buckles.
Actually, I had another thought. How much would it be to simply replace the armor with maybe studded leather? Something a little stronger.
Ooh, we have money bags with us today. With all the money he can spend.
He earned the exact same amount of money today at the guild.
And you all have quite a bit of money here on your people, on your persons. So you're looking for studded leather.
Yes. Looks like on the website it's 45 gold, but I could be wrong.
And that's exactly what it'll be.
Okay.
Yep, 45 gold pieces there. And for you, that'll be 12 plus dex. So you're moving up one armor. I think that'll give you an extra one. Oh, yeah. That's because you're at 11 from your normal leather. Perfect. And of course, there's no dex maximums or anything like that. Cool. So 45. So you don't want the buckles then. You're just going to upgrade full.
Yeah, I'll upgrade full and I'll tell him he can, you can keep the buckles.
Too kind, apparently. Very well. I will make you some master craftsmen from the Groinhammer's elite stock. Stud leather.
I would like heavy crossbow with face on it. Mine. It says 50 gold pieces.
Very good. 50 gold pieces and an extra 5 for your likeness upon it.
55, I can do it.
His face on every damn thing.
Do you desire... Do you desire that the bow shoot from within your mouth, or is the face upon the top?
Oh, no, the face... Oh, hold on a second. Is it more money to have arrow come out of face?
No, I am a master craftsman, and I can make your likeness very easily.
Oh, yes. Then arrow to come out of face. I like these.
Very good. Sit in that chair there. You will pose for me for a time.
Okay.
Open your mouth.
Okay. And I'll sit down and go.
Perfect. And he begins to do a little sketch. Anything for the lady?
Not here. Nope.
All right. He finishes his sketch. He lets you know that the studded armor is immediately available and gets you your studded leather dished out and takes your payment as well as your old armor and your buckles.
Awesome.
The face-heavy crossbow will be ready in the morning.
All right. Next stop for me is the Alchemy Shop.
All right, Co leads us off to the Alchemy Shop. Once again, you enter into the tight opening area of the Alchemy Shop with its various shelves that line the walls like an apothecary. Beyond the main counter is all the various twistings and turnings of those glass bottles and simmering machines. And one Goggles Granny looks up from her work. Ah! Welcome! She bustles out. And she takes a great sniff of you, Splunderbelt.
I don't blame her.
You have returned with a fire protection potion unused. Did it displease you?
No,
She knows.
no fire to protect from yet. So I keep it again. I keep it for next time, just in case.
It'll go bad in 47 years. Care yourself.
Yeah, we will use before then or throw away.
It'll make you sick and turn you into a fire salamander.
Oh yeah, this is no good. We will use it before
Unless you wish
expiration
to
date.
be fire salamander, which is none of my business. You... Your potions are gone. You require refills.
I do. I would like a replacement potion of healing. And as we are going to be dealing with fish people soon, maybe a potion of water breathing as well.
50 for the potion of healing.
Quick note, we're going back for our armor stuff later, right? I'm not putting that in inventory yet. All right.
So we will still have a full long rest tonight before there's any sort of adventure out to the fishmen.
Got it.
Very good. Anything for you? And she turns to you, Grinkeeper.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not quite finished. How much for the potion of water breathing?
I will get it.
Okay. And also, I am wondering if maybe I could also buy, say, 2 or 3 empty vials.
Empty.
Do you sell that?
And you're a competitor. You wish to open your own alchemy.
I simply wish to have a way of carrying reagents of a liquid form.
Oh, very well. I will fetch that as well. She goes to the back and begins simmering and working on the potion of healing and the water breathing potion. Was there anything else ordered?
Nope, that's it for me.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Nobody else wants a water breathing potion?
No. Well,
It's not
we're going
shareable.
to we're going to Fish Town, aren't we?
I can't baby bird it to you if you all of a sudden want to breathe underwater.
No, this is a good point. Hold on. How much are those?
100 gold pieces.
All right. Payable now or later?
What?
Okay, it's good. I also buy breathe underwater thing for me. Get me. I will have one.
Very good.
Yeah, sure.
3 potions of underwater breathing.
Let's do it.
Do you like
Oh, go ahead.
mint or cherry?
Harry.
Oh, it's always bullshit. It sounds better, but I last time mint was better. I take mint.
And I can't make them not crunchy, but they will be edible.
Ugh. Crunchy like
Palatable.
how? Like sand crunchy or crust of pizza crunchy? Which one is it?
This pizza.
Oh, that's fine.
What is it?
That's fine. Oh, what is pizza? Bread. Like crusty sort of cooked bread.
Oh, bread.
Yeah.
I have no need for such things. I sustain merely on my energy drinks.
Okay, well, I go with mint just to have we can compare.
Excellent. So the healing potion is brought. That's 50 gold pieces and 100 for the water breathing. So 100 gold to everybody, or well, from everybody. And you receive a small vial with a cloudy green fluid that smells a bit like seawater, but you can smell that hint of mint in there for you, Splunderbelt.
This
And,
You
is,
throw the vials in for free, or what's the cost on
Yes, you
3 additional
receive
vials?
you receive 3 vials for free with the express instructions that you never open your own alchemy shop with them.
Simple enough to agree to.
what's the name of the potion?
Potion of water breathing.
Potion of water breathing.
It
That's
is
a good point. I
uncommon.
should probably
is.
add it to my equipment.
All right, I've added that. And what was the other one that we got here?
That was it from what you ordered.
that's from
Poe
her,
picked
right.
up an additional potion of healing.
Okay. All right, nice. Co thinking on his toes, man. We're gonna see fish people. Gotta have that water breathing.
And if it doesn't come in handy, you know, we got something if we ever fall in water.
That's right.
Great.
All right, we head out of Pocket Punch Alchemy. The current stores on the list are Cleaned and Prestidigitation and Arcane to Go, I believe.
Why don't we hit up Arcane to Go next?
I agree.
Keeper will one hit up the clean and prestidigitate first.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We'll go there first.
You head back over to the shop on the south side of the street where you once defeated a possessed and enchanted t-shirt and cape, as I remember it.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
those strangled co. I don't remember which one exactly.
Yep.
But inside, you find the various workers all bustling around with the large vats of cleaning materials and their prestidigitating magics. And using the voucher that you received from Cassius, Grinkeeper quickly, within 5 minutes, gets her armor fully cleaned and is nice and shiny, as well as repaired from the various dents and dings it received down in our tunnel today.
Awesome. To the Arcane Shop.
You cross back across the street, passing Grapple and Tackles, the general store owned by the two Tortolans, into Arcane to Go, where you see one broadside the Goliath Silver exiting, sporting a small package. Thank you, welcome back to Arcane to Go. I, of course, am Gruber Lifted, here to service your magical needs. A pleasure, and good to see you all well and alive. I hope the magic items of which you purchased previously have served you well in your adventures. What can Gruber Lifton do for you today? And do you wish to take advantage of my crowd-sourced spells and various scrolls?
I need +1 armor and ivory goats.
Ivory goats? Say no more. Such goats. Harvested. Hang on, this is called an ivory goat of terror. What are you looking for? Is it a terror version?
Goats of travail.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad there's ivory goats of terror, but they're extremely expensive.
What are they?
Let's find out.
It's pretty cool. Apparently, you can use their horns as weapons. It's crazy.
The ivory goat of terror. After a simple summoning, for 3 hours you have a giant goat, which can remove its horns and be used as weapons. One horn becomes a +1 lance, the other one a long sword of +2. Removing the horns requires an action, but the 30-foot radius around the goat issues an aura of terror, which your enemies will not stand before. So terrible is the terror goat that you will be feared for 1 whole minute, and can still be feared or cannot be feared again for another 24 hours. The goat can only be used every 15 days. A fabulous goat. 20,000 gold pieces for the terror goat.
Shit! We don't have
No, there was a 300 gold one.
Oh, the goat of travail. Yes, the goat of travail may be used for 300 gold pieces.
Yes.
Very well, I shall fetch your goat. Here, view my catalog of items, of which I'm currently commissioning pictures for, while I fetch this goat.
Grinkeeper will start taking her armor off and throw it on the counter as well.
He is off to fetch your figurine of wondrous power. All right, so the goat of travail. Once used, it cannot be used again for 30 days. But it doesn't say it becomes a giant goat for 3 hours. Oh, it's just so it summons forth a giant goat.
Yeah, does the goat fight with you, or is it just a goat that then offers up its tusks or horns or whatever?
The creature is friendly to you and your companions, understands your language. Figurine lasts the set duration, drops. So this particular goat is a combat goat. So you could command this goat to combat. However, the goat of terror cannot attack, but its horns can be used as various weapons, and it issues forth that aura of terror. So this is basically a way to summon a giant goat.
Okay.
Cannot be used again until 30 days have passed. So it's sort of a once a month goat summon.
Once a month goat is a great thing. That's amazing.
So we could have named her.
Once a month goat.
The once a month goat.
Banned.
There's some information on the goat itself that you'd be summoning. It has charged, sure-footed, ram, 11 AC, 19 hit points, and I look forward to seeing said goat summoned on the battlefield.
Hell yeah. I forgot what I wanted from this guy. So
Was it crossbows and enhancements?
Yes. I want... Oh, no. I bought a better crossbow from the last guy. I don't remember what I wanted. I wanted something here. What did I ask him for at first, and he ridiculed me?
You want magic armor, right?
No.
Isn't that what you wanted?
No. I don't remember. I'll keep looking. Code, you make your order.
I don't need anything.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, so he fetches your goat figurine, the small ivory goat that you can activate. You also wanted +1 armor.
Correct.
So he takes your armor there, and he will have it ready for you in the morning.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember. It was a
That's
potion.
1,000 gold pieces.
No, not a potion. Is that a scroll? Oh, potion of mind reading. So you have that? You have mind reading potion for me.
I have no such thing. That would be at the potion shop. But I do have a ring of mind shielding, which might interest you.
What does it do?
While wearing this ring, you are immune to the effects of reading minds. People cannot determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or your creature type.
How much is this money for these?
A mere 20,000 gold pieces.
Oh, shit. Okay, I screwed up. I thought he said it was here. He said, I need to see you, or maybe I confused with lady. But anyway, I need mind reading potion. I go back and get it from her. It's fine.
I could fetch you from the crowdsourced scrolls a scroll of detect thoughts. Much like mind reading.
Oh, this is not too bad. Is it less than 200 gold?
I'm inspecting my booklet now. Detect thoughts is but a merely second level spell,
Yeah.
which means here at my shop it costs to be cast upon you in the morning. I would only charge 50 gold pieces, but I will charge 200 to have it in scroll form for you.
But you can cast... How long it lasts if you cast it?
I have a million tabs open. Self 1 action up to 1 minute.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, and the potion. Yeah, you'd basically be there in the streets, and someone be like, "Oh no, I don't have that," and you'd be like, "No."
Yeah, but if I get it in scroll form, I can use it out in the wild. So
Let's see the potion. I'm checking the potion now for you to see if that gives you detect thoughts, which also lasts the same duration. So both would be a minute. It just depends if you want to imbibe or read.
Yeah, there's no description on the site, but there might be. Where is it? I'm not seeing it pop. Hold on. Mind reading.
Potion of mind reading. So we're looking at the difference between 200 gold for the potion or 300 for the scroll. No, it's only 100 for the scroll, actually.
Oh, it's less. Same effect, though, right? Lasts a minute?
Yes, but of course one will be much louder, and the scrolls do have some limitations. Actually, Gruber Lifton would be happy to tell you about this. Oh, the scrolls have limitations, good sir. For if you cannot cast the spell yourself, you must take a chance on the whims of magic that your diction and your arcane weaving is effective enough. Basically, in rules term, if you can cast the spell anyway, you can use the scroll willy-nilly for free.
Right.
Otherwise, you're taking a chance that the scroll won't work.
Right. Will it malfunction and, like, explode or do anything dumb like that?
If you roll foolishly enough.
Well, I know this about Crandall's. He's a cheap bastard. So I'm going to take the cheaper thing. I'm going to take the scroll.
Very good. This scroll was sourced by one local wizard with a fine 5-star rating at my shop. I do have 3-star rating scrolls, but they are not for customers. They're for experimental purposes.
What is full name of item?
The full name of the item is a Scroll of Detect Thoughts.
Oh, it's not coming up.
I think in D&D Beyond, you'll probably attach yourself with a level 2 scroll, and then we'll sort of mark it as that type. But I can also add that as a custom item later on. I'll write that down.
I'll go level. There's 2 second level spell scroll. Okay, I will add that.
Cool, and then put in the description or change the name to Detect Thoughts.
Yep. Oh, that's cool. I haven't had to do this before. This is cool. Oh, where does it let you name it?
Click on the item, and then there's a customize error right below the type of item it is at the top.
Oh, no, wait. I don't know why that didn't work for me. Hold on.
While that gets sorted out, Grinkeeper,
Yeah, we'll figure it
your
out.
armor will be enchanted and ready for you in the morning. That'll be 1,000 gold pieces for that enchantment. And of course, as you are purchasing armor, he becomes rather excited and says, "Does anybody desire a magical shield? I see you, Mr. Splendorbelt, sporting our fine +1 armor. But are your shields enchanted? Are your weapons enchanted? Surely a +1 on one item is not enough."
Well, we could do shield. I am happy with how you did our armor, so shield could be good, yes.
+1 shield will be a mere 1,000 gold pieces today, and it'll up your AC by 1.
Yeah, we can do this. Can I just swap that out for a, So I've got armor, I got +2, armor class +2. I can just swap that out for an armor class +3? Or do I have to add something special, or?
Now we go to your equipment. You have a shield here, so we would just remove that and then replace it with the manage equipment button into just type in shield. And there's so few magical shields, a +1 shield should be chilling in there.
Okay.
Yep, there it is. You'll have to do the show more, as there's lots of little shields along the way down.
Yeah, there's a ton. Shield +2. No, that's what I already had. Shield +3. Here we go. Okay, and then I will. I need to give you money.
1,000, you say?
Yep, 1,000 for the shield.
Plus for the scroll, how much total?
The scroll was a second level scroll. I believe it was 200.
All right, so $1,200. I am now removing that. Okay. Ching ching, you have the money.
Cool. Grinkeeper has purchased a goat at $300, 300 gold pieces, and +1 armor as well for 1,000. Grinkeeper, were you interested in the +1 shielding as well? She is not.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you buy a +1 shield or a +3 shield?
I had a +2 already. I bought a +3, right?
Wait, oh, you're thinking the AC gives you +2, but that's the AC. That's a normal shield giving you 2 armor. So you want a +1 shield, which means that shield will now give you 3 armor.
Oh, not 3 not 3 in addition.
Yeah, +3 shield is like epic by the gods. This shield upon you, and you could purchase it today for a mere 30,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I just got that laying around. All right, so I'm gonna hit remove. Hold on, scale mail is already good. Okay, so let's do that again. Shield. So I want the shield +1 or just a
Yep,
shield? Okay,
Shield +1.
here it is. Oh, I see what I did. Oh no, well that can't be because now I'm down. I was 16, now I'm down to 14. So what does that
16,
mean?
14. Did you equip it?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
click the box to equip the shield.
I thought I did. Nope, now I did, and now it works. Hey, let's watch Scott use a website. This is exciting stuff for the podcast.
That's
All right.
important, though. This is all important. And plus, they don't get to see our character sheets at home, so all this kind of gives a glimpse behind the curtain
That's true.
as we get through your various abilities and whatnot. Now, sir, you have walked into a magic item shop and do not desire anything on my many shelves. You are resolute.
There is plenty that I wish to buy, but right now they are outside my means. Maybe
Surely.
another time.
Surely this dust of dryness is not beyond your means.
I do not need the dust of dryness.
No need to destroy water.
Not at the moment, no.
What about a feather token whip or fan?
It is tempting, but I think I'm good for now. Are we all good? Everyone has the magic items they need.
Well, very well then. I will keep my items here available for all. When you return, I hope that I may seduce you into a purchase which will make you most happy. Perhaps my dust of sneezing and choking will interest you then.
Perhaps.
Armors and shields will be ready in the mornings. Thank you. Thank you for shopping at Gruber Lifton's Arcane to Go!
We appreciate it, and we leave.
Cool. Grinkeeper for our own. So you got your armor cleaned, and that's the same one that's getting enchanted. Do you head out in your basically under armors, or do you have an outfit you put on in the meantime?
Oh no, it would just be her under armor.
Okay, cool. So like a basic kind of linen, which is a little stained from the day, but ultimately nothing too bad. Just looks like a workout outfit. All right. Anywhere else anybody wants to shop before we split up as a party?
I don't think
That's
so.
it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Cool. You all split off and start heading to your various homes. Splunderbelt back to the Temple of Palor, where he has his room. Grinkeeper heads back to the finishing school, and Ko heads home.
Before she heads back to the finishing school, she would want. She wants to party. No. She would want to stop by the guild to have a drink with the groups, but it wouldn't be a crazy party. It'd be just a little bit, and then she'd be back to the school.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's probably been about an hour. You arrive back in the guild. Things are a bit raucous at the moment, as Boonfellow seems to have coursed everyone into a fine drinking game of dwarven origin. And as you speak Dwarven, you join in the festivities. Would you like to make a Constitution saving throw?
She won't drink that much.
Okay. So Grinkeeper joins in the festivities in person, not necessarily in the drinking. All right. Ko, you head home. Back up the streets, back past the market districts to your small 2-floor house. But here in the market district, that's a pretty expensive house to own, of course. As you enter the usual ritual of excusing and paying the attendant for the day, both the nanny and the doctors, and they head out. and the home is once again yours. It is overall pretty quiet.
First thing I would do is go and check on my daughter, see where she is.
She is doing well. She has been practicing and getting a bit of schooling recently, as she is increasing the age where she might begin to at least choose a trade, but she is, of course, still very young.
So, yeah, Ko would come in and just, hey, kiddo, Dad's home.
She's completely preoccupied with her work. Work being just doodling on the floor there.
Busy, okay, great. What are you drawing?
I'm drawing you.
Me? Okay, let's see it.
She holds up a picture, and it's you. It's got the horns. It's got the satyr legs, but you're a little surprised to see that she's drawn you in a cloak holding 2 daggers.
Is there any particular reason you've decided to draw me as a fighter?
I just thought you would like it.
I do. You know your dad loves those stories.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of stories, I have a new one for you. Did I ever tell you about the giant gelatinous cube?
No. What's a gelatinous cube?
Well, once upon a time, a group of adventurers went deep underground, and there they saw a bunch of stones floating in the air as if magical. But then they discovered that it was actually being held inside a giant body, and then he kind of recounts a fantastical version of the day's encounter.
Roll a deception.
A 14.
Okay. She looks at you a little quizzically, but drops it and says, well, that's a great story. Tell me another.
Okay. Well, here's one about a mysterious barrel that wasn't actually a barrel at all. It was actually a monster.
And the story goes.
Yep.
As she becomes preoccupied with her drawings again and playing with her toys, you had to go visit your wife, who has been laid up in the bedroom for weeks now. You haven't spoken to her during those weeks, though the doctors attend to her regularly, making sure that she's bathed, rotated, and overall healthy.
And Ko would just go and sit beside a chair that's been pulled alongside the bed. Very familiar, very comfortable chair. And just sit there and rest his hand on hers while she lays in the bed. And then just sit for a while.
Roll an insight check.
And 18.
You sit there for a while, holding her hand, which is limp and unreactive. She's still warm. She's still healthy as anyone can tell, other than a little malnourished, but magically she is being taken care of every day at great expense to your old family fortunes and your various holdings. And you feel a buzz in the back of your mind. And while it's already expended for the day, you realize your wife that you haven't talked to in weeks could still be contacted via your new psychic whispers. But the ability is spent for the day, and it'll have to wait for tomorrow.
Ko will just kind of smile and sit back in the chair and just sort of say to himself, soon. Soon.
Splendorbelt, you enter the temple, head to your dormitory room with its small window and its very, very basic furnishings. And you sit down after a long day of adventuring. How does Splendorbelt spend his evening? Is it potato-filled, or does he do something special after making a buck or two?
He would sit, he would glance around him, kind of meditate, think on the day's events, and then he would pull out a raw potato, probably peel it because he's home, and just slowly peel it, carve off a chunk, eat it, keep going till the whole thing's gone. Just enjoy this cold, raw, crunchy, starchy potato.
All right, and as you peel the potato, the skin and the shavings fall to the floor, and you hear a little eep, 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 eep of a mouse that crawls under the door and starts heading for one of those shavings.
I would welcome this and have no problem with it.
Excellent. And you eat your raw potato alongside this mouse who joins you.
Yep. My new friend.
There's a knock on the door.
Uh-oh.
The mouse skitters away into a corner, disappearing into a pile of your various laundries and clothes.
I'll get up and I'll open my door.
It's Brother Maynark who stands there. Splendorbelt, we've had quite a day, have we not?
Yes, it's been very busy, and so sorry for all the holes in the temple, but we have a very successful day.
I may have been too harsh on you and your companions. I'm aware that, and the guild has made me aware, again, that you are doing this for the betterment of our town, and I should, as one put it, keep quiet about things I don't understand.
Well, it's understandable where you come from, though. Do not feel bad.
Where I come from.
I mean, you're feeling concerned and having much concern over broken things and holes.
Would you follow me, Mr. Splendorbelt?
Sure. Where are we going?
Down the hall to another dormitory.
Yes, I can go with, and I'll glance back at the mouse, make sure he's kind of chilling there.
See his little head pop out of the pile of laundry, and he starts making his way over to the pile of shavings and skins.
Perfect. I'll put whatever's left of my potato in my pocket.
You head down the hall, not too far. He's staying in the dormitory area, and he unlocks a door and enters. Same very bare furnishings with the window shining the last of the day's light in. And you see laying on the bed in brown, basic monk robes, an elf. Completely still, with his hands crossed over his chest. He is breathing.
What is this? Who is this?
This is Rianu Keeves. He was set...
Sorry,
set
I just
to
watched
perform-
Devil's Advocate last night, and I just watched Keanu Reeves, and that made me laugh. Sorry, go ahead.
He was set to perform the wedding that you took over the other day. He was performing that morning the prayer at the altar, which you dissected, shall I say, this afternoon, where he fell ill, and we've been unable to wake him. No restoration spells will do. We've even tried removing Curse, which is the highest level spell we possess here. Do you know of anything that could help this man?
And he is just asleep, best you can tell. Just will not wake up from sleep.
As best we can. His brow furrows regularly, though, as though he is experiencing some nightmare.
let me see him, and I'll sort of get close to him and just see if there's anything about him that gives me any ideas or inklings about what maybe was going on here.
Roll a insight check or investigation. Two will have different meanings, but
I'll do insight. A dirty 23.
a dirty 23 is a pretty darn good roll.
Mm-hmm. Got a 19 and a 4.
You look the man over, and he seems to be in excellent health. There don't seem to be any immediate wounds, and there's no head trauma or anything like that, though he did collapse up at that altar during the service. However, your very high insight roll does reveal that there's an ever so slight tapping to one of his fingers. It's rhythmic. It seems to hold for a time and go tap, 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 tap.
Am I aware of Ko's wife's condition?
He's never brought it up to you.
Okay, so that's
Nor
never
do you
come
know
up.
the nature of that family exchange, or even, I don't think Ko's ever even said his last name to you.
Okay. Because if I knew that, I would make some connections here. But I will listen to that tapping and just see if I can hear a repeated pattern and not just random stuff.
And quickly, you do pick up on the long hold tap, 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 tap.
Okay. And am I aware in this in any of my experience of any coded tapping, Morse code style language?
Well,
I don't have anything in I have nothing in my stuff that says I do, but outside of that, would you as DM say there's anything that I would go, "Oh, this sounds like blah" or whatever?
A little bit of an opportunity to explore your backstory here. You do have Acolyte selected, which means you're basically been in the faith circles your entire life. But would any of that been in service in military areas, or it's kind of your decision as to find where you're from?
I mean, it'd be like general education stuff. Would it be included with that upbringing / educational track? But I feel like I'd be forcing it if I said, but then again, we have to kind of marshal ourselves and learn how to fight and, understand the mace and why it's our chosen holy weapon and that sort of stuff. So maybe I would have maybe not a really fluent understanding of that stuff, but I'd have a little bit of an idea that existed, just like I would with Morse code in real life. I have no idea how to read it, but I know it when I hear it.
Cool. So you have a feeling then in your experience, particularly with servicing the various soldiers that have come by, as well as your general education, that this might be some sort of military code. Maybe this brother here spent time in the military and is using his only way to reach out.
Well, here's what I would do. So I have a couple of options. I could read my mind reading scroll thing, but I don't know if that's even going to work here, and I don't want to waste it. I just spent the money on it. It seems like a cheap thing
Sure.
to do. So instead, I'm going to write down the pattern with like dot, and like lines between them to show pause. I'll just jot that down on a scrap of paper and hang on to it.
Excellent. So you have one long, 3 short, and then 1 short.
Let me do this again. Write this down. Hold on. 1 long, and then 1, then long again, and then 1.
1 long, 3 short, one short.
Oh, 1 short. That's right. But there's a pause between that and the 4th short, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'll convey this to Brother Hoochie Mama. What's his name? Maynard. And tell him that I don't know enough about it, but I'm going to dig into it and see if I can help.
there was the man who collapsed this afternoon as well. Would you like to look at him?
Yes, how many of these people we have who have fallen today?
Just the two, anyway. This happened yesterday, as you're aware, and the afternoon when you all revealed the whole.
I hope it is not the like catching or whatever is happening. But yes, please show me this other man.
And you were led off to the other man. Grinkeeper. You head back to the school. Let's make a stealth check.
Disadvantage or no disadvantage?
Why would you have disadvantage?
The armor. Yeah, I'll have taken that off.
Oh, yeah, you're not wearing the armor. It's at the store.
One.
It's a whoa. Well, you enter back into the grounds around Larian Ilfelkir, the finishing school. And immediately you knock over a plant into the fountain outside. You're excited to get back in. You've made other mistakes around here. There are louder things you could have done, but for some reason, you just in your own head. And now that soil and plant is starting to fill up the fountain, and it's starting to click and gurgle a little bit. The mud starts pushing up through the top of the fountain.
Grinkeeper will take off running toward her dorm.
Run!
Grinkeeper takes off running. Let's do an athletics check to get in the window. Up to that second floor.
Much better. A dirty 22.
Cool. You climb the beautiful vines and scaffoldings that allow you to get up to your second floor dormitory window and enter. Inside, Margaret Dupayton waits for you, as it is evening and classes, or at least the various plannings of the Bronze Ball, have ended for the day. Evelyn! Oh, you're back. What happened today?
Oh my God, it was insane. We started going down a well, but then we brought a mimic, this thing. It looked like a barrel, but it wasn't a barrel. And then there was this thing, a giant roach. It was gross. We went underground into caves, and then there was a cube. It was made of jelly. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. And then there was this horrifying creature that I blew a horn at, and it destroyed its sense. And then Ko took it out in 2 shots, and it was amazing. Oh, and not to mention, oddly enough, Splendor Belt, the Paylor guy, the thing we found led up into the Temple of Paylor.
Wow, that's awesome. So, tomorrow there's going to be a continuation of the meeting of the Bronze Ball planning, and you've been asked to be there, as well as some of the other students are going to be showing up for the semester start at the end of the month.
What time tomorrow?
Well, noon tomorrow is going to be the meeting. Are you not gonna make it?
I don't know. I have to go take something out tomorrow.
Okay. She goes over to her bed and lifts up the mattress, which is this, very sort of flimsy, full cotton and linen construct. Of course, not like our moderns are full of foams and springs and sorts. And she pulls out a large book from underneath there. Well,
what is that?
I have been practicing magic, as I'm sure you're aware, for quite some time. And, I'm looking up to see what we could do about this. I could cover for you if you can get me an alter self spell.
Maybe.
Because otherwise, I don't know how Vestal's going to do if she doesn't see you at the meeting tomorrow. We're supposed to decide between candles and magical lightning, what the main dessert is going to be, and what the 5 dances are.
Oh, no. Maybe I can be sick?
Sick. Okay, again. Sick again. You've called out sick 3 times.
I've got
now.
a weak institution.
Well, I mean, I guess she hasn't seen your abs, so that should be okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with sick again.
Try to think of something else.
We'll try to come up with something in the morning then. Splendor Belt, you make your way over to the second man.
Yeah. Same thing. Is he tapping?
This man is performing no such tapping when you inspect him. He is also an elf laying in his dormitory.
Is no movement at all from this guy.
None whatsoever that you can see.
I'll do another insight check on him, see if I can just see anything else.
Sure.
Oof, that was almost a nat 20. 18.
You see the same brow furrowing and unfurrowing as he has whatever the dreams are. But you don't notice any sort of tapping. This man is of much thinner build than the previous.
Okay. And he's not... This eye movement is just random dream eye movement. I'm not noticing a pattern there.
Nope, it seems to come and go.
Okay. Is there a hard surface around here, like a side table or something near his head?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to do the pattern I heard the tapping dude do. I'm going to do that in here where this guy can hear it and just see if anything happens.
Okay. You perform the tap by his ear. There's no response.
And this is only other man. No, there is no third man who's down or lady. This is it.
These are the only two that we know of elven descent that have been exposed.
Okay. Well,
Din
this is...
Diesel here is from our sister temple. We're not sure why it affected him so.
This is head scratcher. I take it back to my friends and we see if we can find out what is going on. But for now, I have no idea. I have this pattern. I'll tell him the pattern and show it to him. But it's probably best we keep that to ourselves until I have more answers.
Mr. Splendorbelt, I am moved by your seriousness in this situation, and I know that you are truly a devout follower of Pelor. I know that I have been hard on you in the past, but it seems you have found yourself at the center of this. I wish for you to have this, an artifact, for your journey. And he pulls out from behind him a small cloth and unfolds it.
Okay.
And inside is a very old, turning green metal medallion. A holy symbol.
Okay. Do I recognize it?
You notice it as a normal holy symbol. It just seems to be exceedingly old and worn.
Okay.
This is the amulet of the devout. It said this one was made by Dane Proudface himself. I wish for you to have it in your journeys, and may it serve you well.
I don't know what to say. I will take it and keep safeguarded. Keep it well.
I have bothered you enough. You are a hero. You are in my prayers, and you have my respect, Mr. Splendorbelt. Thank you. And he passes you the cloth with the amulet on it and leaves.
All right. I will nod to him and look at the amulet as he walks out of the door.
You feel its energy course through you as you touch it directly, as though it would give you a +1 to the attack rolls and saving throws of your holy spells.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That is not automated. We'll go through by hand and make sure all your spells are updated.
When you wear this amulet, you can use your channel divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses. Once the property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn, so once a day. That's great. I will wear it now. I'm putting it around my neck now and pocketing the cloth.
Awesome. It also allows your sacred flame, as that can't have an increased chance to hit. It'll allow that DC to be 1 higher. So they have to make a 12 dexterity saving throw. Now it has to be 13 instead.
Okay. Got it. Awesome.
And that's where we'll end the play for today. However, you all are all completely over the level point at this. In fact, we reached that level somewhere basically down the well with 6 XP to go.
Yeah.
So everyone here is hitting level 4 for next time. You will now have that long rest. And so be prepared for level up until we see you next time. It is for most classes, and I think this just goes for everybody, there probably shouldn't be any new spell levels, but there will be, of course, the attribute increase. So you'll get 2 points or a feat if you would choose either way. That kind of sums up how much, working out you guys have been doing over the course of this last 2 months or so with the guild.
Oh, very nice. And today represented some XP, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment, right?
Yes.
We'll do that after the show.
Yeah.
Yep. There will be XP, but it likely won't be enough to skip us straight to 5. So we will say you're level 4 for sure, and we'll leave it at that.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, ability score improvements. Very, very good. Look at that, you guys. Holy crap. Real progress, some loot, some mystery, some family drama with Ko and, weird holes and things. It's great. I'm loving it. So next week, you'll have to come back to see where this all leads and what happens on our next day of adventuring. So please do come on back and be a part of it. If you've never heard of it before, go check out our Dungeons Plus membership over at therewillbedungeons.com. Super cheap and easy to get into, and you get a lot of bonus content. Last week we sent out a bonus episode of Q&A, questions and answers. We love doing those, and it's the only way you can get those. So highly recommend you jump on that as soon as you can. In the meantime, you can send us emails, therewillbedungeons@gmail.com. And as I mentioned before, the site is therewillbedungeons.com. You can also find us on Twitter at therebedungeons on Twitter. And we like to announce when we do live shows and other stuff, so go check that out. That's going to do it for us. For me, for Kyle, for John, and for Kristen, and for Baby Chunks today. We'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Well done. And that's true. Tonight is daylight savings switcheroony.